In today's episode, we are going to explore Transient Detector from Active. And this is the third video from Active, and I think that at this point it deserves representation. So, Active is a company run by Mafo, a Mexican new media artist, producer, and programmer that has made some amazing Max for Live devices. And this is probably my number one on the list. And by the way, I will put a link in the description on how to get all these devices. So, Transient Detector, as the name suggests, recognizes audio signal and converts them into MIDI triggers. In simple terms, it converts incoming audio to MIDI notes, which would allow us to the feeling of touching the music, which is something like this. So, let's have a look. So this is the Transient Detector, and as you can see, as I'm talking, because I'm using my microphone, well, I'm using my microphone to talk on the camera, which is going to be recorded on my YouTube channel, and then I'm using the microphone for the Transient Detector, which when I just touch, it triggers MIDI notes. So in a nutshell, it's going to be quite complicated just to explain how it functions, but I'm going to give you like a really washed down, simpler explanation. So Transient Detector, as I said before in the introduction, it detects audio triggers, which is and basically in the threshold, I tell him how much sensitive should be. So now if I'm talking, it's taking very much threshold, so I'm just gonna go to maybe minus 20 dB that I have to touch like this if I want it to be triggered. And then I have the audio out, which is now off, but if I put it off, you can listen my voice doubled. And I just remove this because I don't want to get the audio from the microphone itself, but I just want the triggers. And then the magic happens when you map the Transient Detector to another MIDI device, because by itself, Transient Detector is just detecting audio, but it's connected to a MIDI device. That's why it sounds like this. And I can change the sound as much as I want. So from Active, we have here two devices. One is a random note, which is a device which is available under Active, and coordinates as well, which I made a tutorial, by the way. So the mapping of Transient Detector goes to the manual trigger of the random notes, which is triggering the notes from this instrument from Ableton Live. And then I added another device called Coordinates, and Coordinates is actually making chords. So when it's triggering the random notes, it goes out on the coordinates, which is making me random chords, sorry. And then we have our synthesizer with our instrument, which is the E-piano MKI Dirty, but I can change it as I like, as you know. So I can change a bunch of sounds. So you really have the feeling of touching the music in that regards. And one thing that I didn't mention is that it can also detect velocity. So if I'm pressing and strong, random notes, sorry, I'm just getting confused because the Transient Detector is detecting also the velocity. Basically, to recapitulate from the beginning. So Transient Detector, it's taking incoming audio, which is my touch of the finger, and it's mapped to this random note device, which is triggering random notes, but it's also at consequently triggering chords from coordinates, chord generator. So if I remove coordinates, just single notes. And then if you really wanna be more musical about it, you can add a scale plugin next to it. In my case, I have a C minor scale. And, you know, let's try to play a pad on C minor. So now I'm playing this melody by touching fingers. Let's just play a drum as well. And just remove the coordinates. So yeah, Transient Detector, it's a very wicked device, and really like the fact that you can just, you know, touch your music, and it will cost just $10 if you get it on the website of Active, and it's really peanuts compared to the, you know, the amount of things that you can do with this. And another thing I forgot to say actually is that you can also play with audio loops from your computer, and Transient Detector will detect the incoming audio signal of those audio loops into MIDI triggers. So you can really think out of the box and take the audio, the Transient Detector to the next level. So that's everything for today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, so you're gonna help me to make more videos, and see you on the next one.